Step away from the bike. That voice cut through the hot afternoon like a whip. Sharp nasal full of the kind of power you don't earn. You just flash a badge and take it. Jamal Carter turned slowly, the California sun burning the back of his neck, his Harley gleaming black and unapologetic under the station lights. He wasn't looking for trouble, just topping off his tank, minding his own. Hoodie down, calm face, steady eyes. But he met the officer's glare without blinking. "You deaf!" The cop barked again. His name was Officer Trent Mallory, the kind of man whose voice made the air tighter. The gas station froze around them. An older couple near Pump 6 stopped mid-swipe. A young mom clutching her grocery bags froze too. That silence, the kind you feel in your bones, the kind that says, "This is about to go bad." Jamal raised his hand, slow, measured. "What's the problem, officer?" "My license is in my pocket." "Don't move!" Mallory snapped, already closing and hand twitching near his holster. And then bang, both palms slammed into Jamal's chest, shoving him back into the Harley so hard the chrome handlebars cracked against his ribs. The bike wobbled, metal clattering. Jamal stumbled, caught himself, kept his hands high. "I'm not reaching for anything," he said, steady, even as the officer's baton cleared the loop on his belt. That was the mistake. 3 minutes later, Officer Trent Mallory lay face down on the asphalt, his boot kicked off in the scuffle, his radio crackling, blood dripping from his nose. Around him, chaos phones raced pumps, abandoned sirens wailing in the distance. And Jamal? He stood calm, almost too calm, wiping his knuckles with a napkin he'd snagged from inside. Nobody there knew the truth that this wasn't some biker getting lucky in a parking lot. Jamal Carter had spent 15 years as a Navy SEAL. He'd carried men out of firestorms in Fallujah, led rescues that never made the news, survived places designed to erase him. Violence wasn't his first move, it was the wild. But now, a cop with a chip on his shoulder decided a black man next to a nice bike was threat enough. And the storm was only beginning. "Sir," a voice broke from behind. The young Latina mom from Pump 6, phone shaking in her hand. "I saw it. He pushed you. He hit you first. I got it all on camera." Jamal gave her the smallest nod. "Thank you." But even he knew it might not matter. Squad cars screamed into the lot, doors flung open, guns drawn. On the ground, hands behind your head, Mallory groaning pointed weakly. "He attacked me, ambushed me." "He's lying," the woman shouted. "I got it. He's lying." But her words drowned under the boots pounding pavement. Jamal didn't run, didn't flinch. He lowered himself to his knees, fingers laced behind his head, the same hands that once pulled soldiers out of burning vehicles. Now cuffed like a criminal. Fury in his chest, but no fear. He knew this day would come. Wear skin like his, ride a bike like that in the wrong zip code. Trouble will find you. As they shoved him against the curb, Sergeant Elena Ruiz stepped in, scanning his ID. Something about the name hit her gut. She tapped into her tablet, called it in. 2 minutes later, her phone buzzed. Not dispatch, naval intelligence. The words on the screen made her stomach drop. Meanwhile, Jamal sat cuffed silent. Let them think they'd won. Sometimes the only way to reveal rot is to let the termites crawl out. But rewind 2 days earlier, this wasn't random. Jamal was undercover, sent to San Diego under federal directive. Order simple, infiltrate, observe, report. District flag for systemic abuse. Lead abuser, Officer Trent Mallory. At a peeling walled community center, Jamal heard stories that would stick in anyone's throat. Boys frisked walking home, janitors beaten for matching a description, cameras that mysteriously failed. Always Mallory, always his district, always dismissed. He met people who carried the weight of it every day. Delilah, a single mom juggling shifts and tutoring her kids. Reggie, a weary mechanic who warned him straight up, "Cops will think you stole that bike." Jamal just nodded. They already did. Mallory's shadow stretched over every block. Jamal filmed him choking a Latino man at a night market while the man's daughter clutched spilled oranges. He watched Miss Loretta, the older woman who rented him a room, sob quietly after her house was ransacked. Not robbed, just wrecked. Intimidation. They'd asked about him, about the new tenant. That's when Jamal knew it wasn't observation anymore. It was war. So when Mallory shoved him at the gas station when the baton came up, Jamal stopped holding back. 3 minutes later, Mallory was out cold and Jamal was in cuffs. But then everything flipped. A rookie officer pulled Jamal's ID, scanned it under the flashlight. His voice cracked. Sarge, you might want to see this." Ruiz stared at the badge. Department of Justice, Office of Special Operations. Clearance Tier 3, active directive order. The parking lot froze. Moments ago, they'd swarmed him like a thug. Now they realized they'd just assaulted a federal operative. Jamal's voice cut through the silence. "Uncuff me." No one moved. Now the ties came off. Jamal stood, shoulders rolling, eyes steel. He looked down at Mallory, bleeding, and then at the officers. "You want to write your report? Fine. But you better get your facts straight, because your department just obstructed a DOJ operation. Unless you want the Attorney General calling your mayor by sunrise, I suggest you pack up and walk away." And they did. One by one, radios clicked. Squad cars backed off, silence swallowing the scene. By morning, the story was everywhere. Clips from bystanders showed Mallory's shove. Jamal's calm hands raised the sudden turn when his DOJ credential surfaced. The city tried spinning it rogue federal agent, unstable behavior. But America wasn't buying it. Veterans flooded social media, Navy SEALs, Rangers, Marines, posting photo stories. "That man carried me out of Kandahar. He saved my life." Hashtags exploded. Hashtag justice for Jamal. #hero not threat. Then the real bombshell dropped. Investigators uncovered Mallory's record. 19 complaints in 6 years. Excessive force. Profiling. Minors hospitalized. All buried. All silenced. Mallory tried to fight back, holding a press conference, voice muffled through bandages. "He's a thug with a badge. He's unstable." But as he spoke, reporters' phones buzzed. Breaking news. An audio leak. Mallory's own voice snarling, "You don't talk to black folks. You break the damn door. You break their knees." The room gasped. Mallory stammered, "That's doctored." No one believed him. Within hours, civil rights attorneys called it what it was: textbook racism. 2 days later, Jamal sat across from him in a hearing. Mallory's lawyer barked about media witch hunts, but when Jamal was asked to speak, he just said one thing. "Why was I stopped?" Silence. He turned, eyes locked. "See, they call it force." But it wasn't force. It was fear. Your fear of a black man with a spine. The DOJ prosecutor then revealed a hidden body cam clip. Mallory swinging first, snarling, "Think you are better than me, soldier boy." The room went dead. Mallory was done. Indicted on assault, civil rights violations, falsifying reports. The department forced into reform. 14 officers removed. The city announced new transparency laws, oversight committees, mandatory release of body cam within 72 hours. But Jamal, he vanished, declined interviews, refused to be a symbol. He left behind a single note. "I didn't need them to know I was a SEAL. I needed them to see me as human. That's it, just human." A year later, where that violence once reigned, a new Unity Center stood. Kids played under murals painted with the words, "We rise when we see each other." And in the hallway hung a photo: Jamal in a gray hoodie listening to a boy talk with his hands flying in the air. No badge, no weapon, just present. Some kids ask who the man is. Most don't. To them, he's just part of the space now. And maybe that's better, because justice isn't only about courtrooms, it's about what we build in the ruins. Now here's the question for you when you hear this story. Do you see a hero or just a man trying to be human? Do you believe the system can change, or does it always take someone getting knocked out cold before people finally look? Drop your thoughts below. I want to hear what you've seen, what you believe, and what justice means to you.